We, as a collective unit, have all hung on. We hang on. We hope. We try. We cry. We plead. We beg. We pray for change. That's what unites us. We all have been there. You might still be there. It's a very unique place to be. You are doing everything you can, and you're hoping for change. The reason we do that is because they never teach us anywhere that some people, this is a disorder, and that they don't change, and that they won't change. So when I think of the collective wasted time, effort, and energy of any one of us, man, woman, child, in any possible kind of relationship, family, friend, partner, that has been wasted hanging on, hoping, trying, crying, pleading, begging, and praying for change. If we only knew ahead of the effort that they can't change, they won't change. My motivation to do these videos has been to inform people so that we know, and somebody is teaching people because they must hear this. And I don't expect, when I say share the education, I don't expect people to start grabbing each other in the street and talking about narcissistic personality disorder. But for the love of Blanche, if you know someone, if you recognize it, you sense it, and you think you can like send them a video on the sly so their partner doesn't get enraged, there's all that to think about. But if you can send them a video, send them one. You could change someone's life. That might send them down a rabbit hole of gathering information. Send them this. I don't look threatening. Even if the narc saw it, maybe be like, oh, it's just some video. Send them something to motivate them to get their hands on information. The way that I started getting my hands on information, when I was left in the pile of rubble that was with my narcissist, I started to like try to rebuild my way out of that. And I think I mentioned this before, but one of the first things I did was I wrote down every single person that I had ever said I love you to. Meaning not everybody I dated, but the serious ones. I'm talking even when I was 13 and it meant holding hands and going to the bowling alley. If I said I love you, I wrote it down. And then I started to look at the people. And then I started to say, well, wait, this guy was kind of like this guy. What's up with that? And we use the word player. I think that's the word that you hear in society that refers to a narcissist. They say player. So I was like, oh, okay, I picked a couple of those. But then I started to realize there's more to this. So I always knew I've been diagnosed a long time ago as codependent. We talked about that. And I know I'm an empath. You could see it a mile away. So I looked up what kind of people are attracted to codependents and empaths. And that's what led me here. I am telling you now, I look back on those relationships. If I had known anything about any of this, including that they don't change, I would have handled things a billion times differently. And now that I do know, I'm handling this, the narcissist that's the one that's been exiting my life, and we talked about he hoovered, and there's still some reach out there. I'm handling it differently because I know better. Had I not learned, maybe I would have gone back to him 12 times. Do you know what I'm saying? So please, it is about sharing the information. That is the reason I'm doing this. If you view this and you think of someone that you want to share it with them, please do it. And maybe they'll be like, something sounds familiar there. Maybe I think this is my 75th video if I'm not mistaken. So run down the line. If you don't even want to spend that time, just pick anything. Something might click for somebody else and you might save them the trouble of the years of meeting the same kind of person again and again and handling it the wrong way again and again. I mean, I think back and I just realized that had I known, it would have been. Now, I don't do that in life. I always embrace where I landed. So I'm not saying I wish I knew better and my life was different. It landed here for a reason so I can teach it to you. So I like my path the way that it's been. What I would like to do with this part of my journey is to stop people from having that journey. I don't want to change my journey, but I'd like to improve yours if we can. If you know somebody, please try to make them listen to some kind of, these are short, I say share mine because mine's an under 7-minute clip, and I'll watch under 7 minutes on anything, click. But a lot of the videos are longer. I've watched many of them, and they can be very long, and they're fascinating. And the person you share a short bit, they might end up in the whole big educational spiral of this whole disorder. It is extremely vital that we help each other learn about it. They don't teach it anywhere. They don't teach it. Like in school, when you're learning about no. How about save biology or do it quickly and get to this stuff? This is very vital information. I'm joking. We have to know where bones are. But this is vital information, and please share it and forward it to a friend of yours because you could be changing their life. And it is very important we look out for each other. This is a big deal to know about this. It's a big deal. Good. Go ahead.